Alright. Alright, guys. I'm gonna try to play some Papa's Wingeria To Go. I'm gonna be starting over all of the game areas, so I'm gonna be restarting this one too since it's been a while. I don't like to continue something after it's been a while. I prefer to just start fresh if I was on a really long hiatus. So yeah. Yeah, for some reason my video got delayed. When I tried to end it, it got delayed. So I apologize if you guys noticed that. I don't know if any of you guys also noticed, but I did have to delete and re-upload because I forgot that I had to rotate the video. Otherwise, it would be sideways. So, if you noticed that the video got deleted and re-uploaded, that's why. Alright, this should do... Hold on. Yeah. Alright. I'm skipping the intro. Most of us already know it. So, Green Ethan, I noticed you commented on my Pantheria video. I definitely appreciate it. I'm glad you are doing well. And I appreciate that we got to catch up. I think it's awesome that you're about to get your license. Me, I probably won't get my license because, I rather not drive, to be honest. I rather just, I feel like driving would be too much for me. There's a lot of rules you have to abide by, It can get complicated. It's one of... I have information overload issues, and it's one of those things. And it's just one of those things. Not to mention, I think I have attention deficit issues. I don't know if I'm I'm not diagnosed with ADD or ADHD, but I feel like I could have it. I'm not trying to self-diagnose, don't worry. I'm just saying I could have it. That's why I rather not drive. I rather just get around right now, my grandma or my dad will just drive me to places. Maybe my brother will drive me to certain places once he gets comfortable. He wants to drive me to see my mom in the future. I'm hoping that's not until she gets closer, because not only do I not want to go on really long road trips. I don't want to go through a bunch of rigmarole just to see my mom. But my brother is not even comfortable driving me 5 minutes yet, so yeah, but I digress. You know, they do drive me like to places, but I just mean like in the future when I'm living on my own. You know, I don't want to just rely on my family all the time. I want to be able to get around on my own, even if I'm not like literally like doing it on my own. If you know, I don't want to rely on my family my whole life, but I also know that it's just not in my best interest to like, you know, drive. Thankfully, my dad and my grandma understand this. They understand that I'm not cut out to drive. Now, I do like there are things that I have to do like if I want to live on my own, and I understand that, but the one thing I highly doubt I'll ever be able to do is drive. Laundry, vacuuming, like, you know, cooking like simple meals, which I'm already learning how to do that. And maybe like doing some like, you know, of course doing like some like, you know, doing like house cleaning and whatnot. Yeah, I understand. I'm gonna have to learn to do that, but driving, no. I mean, like, you know what I mean about learning how to clean. Everyone knows how to, like, clean, like, in terms of, like, simple and basic. But I'm talking about more detailed cleaning, like, deep cleaning. And then, of course, like, you know, cleaning bathrooms and, like, toilets and, like, you know, bathtubs. Deep cleaning is what's going to be complicated. But, like, maybe, like, doing some sweeping and, like, doing some, like, mopping. You know, that's gonna... That should be, or, you know, the sweet, you know, but, you know, the more complicated cleaning, you know, that might take a while, but it's not like I should be able to eventually do it. It's just, you know, the driving is what is the one thing that I probably won't be able to do. And my dad actually had a discussion with me. I don't know if I mentioned this in my Pancakeria video, but my dad actually had a discussion with me. I think it was the day we got back from vacation. You know, August 1st. He told me a little bit more about what the guardianship will entail. One thing he said that I am extremely skeptical about is that I don't know how often this is going to be, but he did say that the government will be like coming in and like looking around the house. And they're going to like tell my dad like if I'm like ready to live on my own. So it's going to be like a test, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely skeptical about that. About how that will go. And he said that, he knows I want to get my own place. I mean, I do appreciate, like, him being patient with me and, like, him giving me all the time. But at the same time, I do want to eventually get my own place. I mean, like, I'm not trying to, like, rush it, like, you know, because that is the issue with, like, a lot of like, I don't know, like teenagers and young adults, like, they try to rush things, but I don't want to make the same mistake. So I am taking my time. Wow. Working towards working towards that ability. And like, a lot of parents they don't want their kids to rush things. And I get that. Ooh, upgrade, all the upgrades. But at the same time, it is understandable why children want their own place, because, they'll have more freedom, they won't get involved in, commotion from their other family members, they won't get involved in that rigmarole. So it is understandable why a lot of people are really looking forward to getting their own place. I know my friend Daniel is I talk about this dude all the time on my videos. You guys have no idea how much he hates being a kid. There are two things he just hates more than anything else in the existence of the universe. Number one, school, and number two, being a kid. He's just so ready to graduate, move out, get started with his careers, and make his own money. I mean, I can relate, honestly. Well, I'm already done with high school, but, so, and I'm already an adult, so those two things have already happened for me, but I'm still working towards, being independent enough to live on my own, and I'm still working towards being an author, because it's a process. It's gonna take a while to do this, especially not only do I have to work on books, which could take a while, but I also have to look in and see how I can properly make a book cover and how to publish, which I'm thinking of self-publishing. I have talked to my dad a little bit about becoming an author. He said we can try out traditional publishing, but and I kind of went along with it because I don't want to just say no thanks. So I just kind of secretly, not secretly, but kind of just said, all right, sounds good, but deep down, I would much prefer to traditional publish. Woo! There's Taru, Green Ethan. Self-publish, sorry. Because, now don't get me wrong, they both have their pros and they both have their cons, but And I have like looked into like the pros and the cons, and like, you should like, it's better to like choose like something depending on like what you like want most. And one of the cons that go under like traditional publishing that is a deal breaker for me is that they don't accept certain types of books, and I know niche books are one of them. And I have a feeling like, I plan to write as I've discussed before with you guys. I don't know if they're called niche books, the ones that I'm planning on writing, but they're probably not the type of books that would be accepted by like, traditional publicists. I want to I plan to write books about like specific topics, books that spread awareness, books that help people. And like, traditional publishing has a limit to what types of books they publish, whereas like, you're your own publisher, so you can pretty much publish anything you want, any type of book you want, and that's one of the main reasons why I rather do self-publishing. I don't have to worry about like getting declined or worrying if my type of book would be, the types of books that I plan to write would be accepted. Like, I won't have to worry about that if I self-publish. Another reason, the other main reason I want to self-publish is because like I said, I looked into like, choosing between the two, depending on what you want most, and one of them was making an impact, which is, that's the main thing I want. That's the main thing I want to achieve with my books. I want to make an impact, and it said that, people who really want to do that, they're better off self-publishing. And then, like, the second thing I want is, like, long-term wealth. That also, like, said that, people who want that are better off self-publishing. So, yeah. And, like, I do want, like, don't take this the wrong way. Like, I do want to like make a decent living with my books. Like everyone wants to do that. But the number one thing I want is to make an impact. I want to help people. I want to spread awareness. I want to help people become better versions of themselves. I just don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. Like, it's not like I want to be greedy, but at the same time, everyone wants to make decent money with their job. That way they can live comfortably. They say money doesn't buy happiness, but that's only true to a certain extent. Because, like, number one, you need money, like, for food and shelter and, like, clothes. You need money to, like, live comfortably. And you can use money to buy things that make you happy. But, like, on one hand, money isn't everything. But on another hand, it is important. That's why money doesn't buy happiness is only true to a certain extent. Hell, I plan to write a book, just giving out, like, a mixture of, like, tips and reminders. And I may talk about that in it, One of the tips I'll give is money doesn't, money... Hold on. Money does buy happiness, but only to a certain extent. And I'll talk about how, like, that term is not 100%. The money doesn't buy happiness term is not 100% true. It is, like, true to an extent, but not like 100%. I plan to actually talk about that. So yeah. I probably won't have to. Wait until I get my own place to publish my books. Who knows? I'll probably be able to publish them while I'm still living with my dad and my brother. Well, I don't know if or when my brother's gonna move out, but while I'm still living while I'm still living here in this house. Ooh, I almost threw it away. Thankfully, it would probably ask you if you wanted to throw it away. That would not be good if I... But yeah, I don't know. I'm I'm just excited, I'm excited for Daniel to be done with his childhood and like school because it really messes up his mental state. Like, like it causes him a lot of stress. So I'm excited for him to become an adult. He'll have more freedom. He won't have to deal with like school anymore. He'll just be a happier person. Alright, we're gonna make Manton this time. Alright, that'll do for now. Plus, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying I 100% hate vacations, but I just prefer not to deal with them. Once I get my own place, I probably won't have to deal with them. I don't know, I'll probably feel obligated, but... Ooh, Taru! I don't know, maybe I can get out of them. Who knows, we will see. Now, I do have a book that it's probably in my best interest that I wait until later on to publish. And that is, of course, the book that talks about the harms of, why religion can be harmful. That I am better off waiting until later on, like, way later on to, like, publish. But my other books, I shouldn't have to worry. Yeah, some of them may be a little sensitive and about, like, a quote-unquote peculiar topic, but it's not, they're not as controversial as, like, talking about why religion is harmful and better ways to go about it. Oh boy. Oh yes, perfect. So I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow again. I don't know if I talked about my first one in Papa's Pancake, in the Papa's Pancakeria video. But, just a couple of days before I went on vacation, which I had the doctor's appointment July 26th and went on vacation on the 28th. I met with, with Bree. She's gonna be my doctor/physician. She did do a checkup, but she decided to wait to do blood work because I was nervous. So she wanted to do it a separate day, because I was nervous because I was just getting used to the place. So yeah, she wanted me to she wanted to keep things simple, and then she wanted me to just take that day to just get acquainted. So they just did some basic stuff, checking my weight, asking me some questions, checking my heart, my ears and my throat, just that basic checkup stuff. They weren't in, like I said, but they did decided to wait to do lab work since they knew I would probably feel a lot more confident now that I had gotten acquainted with them. My dad went to the office today, and they already have a spot for tomorrow opened. He didn't have to make an appointment. I could have, so they're just gonna have me walk in tomorrow. There's not a specific time yet, but I do have to wake up early, and take a shower. And my Nana is gonna take me. Which she's my grandma, but she does not like it when I call her my grandma. So I just call her my Nana. And when I'm addressing her directly, I call her Nana. And then my dad said that we can start moving my other stuff forward. He can once you get the blood work, we'll probably talk about when my blood work results, which will probably be a week from tomorrow, because that's from what my dad said, and that's usually how long it takes them to get the blood work all done and the results back. So he said that we're probably they're probably gonna there's probably gonna be a discussion of that. I don't know if I will be involved or not. Then I'll probably have a different doctor's appointment where they're gonna check me for my neurofibromatosis, and maybe they're gonna do a mental assessment, which is something I actually really want. That way they can get proof and a refreshed diagnosis of my neurofibromatosis, and then me being on the spectrum. And then they're gonna take that to the guardianship lawyers, and hopefully I'll also get a bank account and an ID eventually, which you have no idea how much I need an ID and a bank account. I'm looking forward to getting those things so much. Oh boy, I forgot to make Quinn's wings. Hold on. I don't want to really talk about this with you guys while I'm broiling wings because it drowns out my voice. So I'll talk more when these wings are done. Yeah, because like I've discussed with you guys in my Pancakeria video, I do get like gift cards, but they are extremely finicky because, a lot of issuers don't accept those cards. So like you can't even like, and it feels like they get worse. Like they like more and more. It feels like more and more places get declined by the issuers. The issue. It feels like the issuers get more and more strict about how you can use those cards. That's why I'm really looking forward to getting a bank account. I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Now, for subscriptions, I can understand, like, declining, but, like, anything that's not a subscription, especially if it's, like, really cheap, I don't understand why it should decline it. Like I said, for subscriptions, maybe for like some things that are really pricey, like I can understand, especially if it goes over the balance. But like, I can't even add them on my Apple account anymore. Like that's how bad it's gotten. And then, like, I would, like, and I would try to, like, I remember I wanted to do a Nitro trade with Ashton, but I couldn't because it declined the payment. And this isn't the subscription. This is, like, when you, like, gift someone Nitro, you're not, like, gifting them a subscription that you have to pay for every month. It's just 1 month. But you can buy them of multiple months, like, at a time. And then those months will stack. That's a really good way to do it. But nope, I couldn't. I haven't even been able to do that. And this is Nitro Basic too. At first I would buy him like, the better version of Nitro, but because, I was worried that it would be unfair to just get him like, the basic, but he found a way to work around that. So, he said he was fine with me just giving him Nitro Basic because it is a lot less money, and if he can find a way to work around the features that, Nitro has, but Nitro Basic doesn't, like, it just seems like a waste of money, you know? It's better to give him the cheaper version of Nitro, but give it to him more times, and him having a way to work around it, than giving him the more expensive version that is not even really worth that much more when it comes to features and whatnot. So yeah, and like, if I remember correctly, Nitro Basic is only $2.99, so I don't know why it would decline such a cheap, such a cheap thing. And I think my brother has, I think he himself was either having issues or, like, has heard of the issues, because, he's also talked about them with my dad. So I know I'm not the only one. Now, the Walmart gift cards, I haven't had any issues with them, like, declining. But for some reason, like, the other issuers are just really strict about what you can buy. And, like, you're probably, like, being like, well, do you have enough money? Yes, like, I keep track of, like, my balance. So, so I know it's not that, like, because I do keep track, and I do make sure I have enough before I buy something, so I know that's not the issue. Yes, like, taxes is also something to keep in mind, and, like, shipping prices, but even if I have, like, a lot more, and even if I don't need, like, if it's not, like, I don't even need, like, shipping, pay a shipping fee, it'll still decline. So I know it's not always just, insufficient funds. It's, like, more complicated issues. But yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to getting a bank account. My dad can just, like, for, like, birthdays and Christmases and whatnot, my dad can just transfer the money in the bank. He doesn't have to worry about, like, getting a card that doesn't decline. Like, it's easier for both him and, like, me and my brother. He doesn't have to go through the trouble of getting a decent gift card, and me and my brother don't have to deal with getting declined. So it's, like, it's easier for, like, for both him and, like, me and my brother. And of course, I'm also going to get an ID, because I'm also... crap! I made the wrong wings. I was supposed to make the boneless ones. Oh well. We'll make them now. Oh, wait! She doesn't want boneless ones yet. We don't have them. Well, I'm an idiot. I threw those away for nothing. Sorry, guys. I have a lot on my mind right now. Yeah, I need to get some furniture in my shop because these customers are getting impatient on me. But yeah, having an ID is very important too because I'm gonna need it to get into a lot of places, not just bars and whatnot, but it is very important to have access to a lot of stuff. Even if it's just it's not just like drugs and alcohol, but like it's important for like a lot of stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting my ID as well. And you know, this second part of my doctor's appointment, the lab work, it's going to be the next step. So yeah, I am nervous for my doctor's appointment, for the lab work tomorrow because it's going to sting, and like of course I'm nervous for the results. So, I am looking forward to getting the lab work over with, and then like getting the results and like all that rigmarole behind me. We'll play for one more day. Oh, now we have the boneless wings. I thought Wippa ordered them, but because I know she does, but I forgot that I didn't have them yet, so I threw the regular wings away for nothing. But yeah, my dad's really on the ball right now. He's getting this done fast. Like, he went to the doctor's today to try to set up an appointment, but and like, I get to go in as soon as tomorrow. It doesn't even have to be an appointment. It can just be like a walk-in. That's why they don't have a time. They just it's just like he just said tomorrow because it's not like an appointment. Like it's like a walk-in, so there's no specific time. Hopefully, they shouldn't be too bad because, like, something else. Hold on. Let me do some saucing. All right. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I don't always like to talk as much when I'm like, doing like extended amounts of like air frying because it could like drown things out. So I'll finish my sentence after I'm done. All right. Okay. Yeah, something I like to keep in mind, like for like blood, like for like doctor's appointments, that like I did this last time, like, and that's to like lower what you eat. That way, like, cholesterol levels and like blood pressure levels, like they don't like flare up as much. My dad told me to not eat anything until, or not, to not eat anything after 11 o'clock p.m. So I had an early dinner. Like, I ate dinner earlier than usual, like about 6:30ish. And then I won't like eat. And I'm not going to eat again until like after I come back tomorrow. And as much as I don't like to drink water, I may like, that's something that's a good idea. Even Ashton recommended it to me. It's good to drink water because I think it helps to like flush out like a lot of bad stuff and like, it makes like results for your health to come back better. So yeah, I may drink some water before my blood test tomorrow. I'm glad things are starting to pick up for me, and I'm glad Daniel almost only has one more year left of like school and being a kid. And I'm glad that you, Green Ethan, you're about to get your driver's license. I'm glad life is picking up for a lot of us. And of course, like, I'll have my programs that I'm going to be getting into. But that's not for a while. Like, that could, like, that will probably be 1.5 to 2 years until that happens. But I'm looking forward to it. Because I'm still going to try to be an author, don't get me wrong, but my dad said that like, the programs are going to be like my job. I'm still going to, like I said, I am not letting that stop me from being an author. I can still be an author during my like free time, like when I'm at home and outside of the program. But yeah. I'm looking forward to the program because I'm excited to make some friends in this town. Like, I'm excited, you know. I'm excited, like, you know, to go out and, like, have a routine. Like, it's good to, like, have some structure in your life. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And yeah. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end it. Last time there was a delay, so I'm just gonna wait and see this time. Alright, bye, guys.